All right. Feels good. Feels good to get that first one. Very proud of the team. I thought we prepared very well. I thought we had more poise about us early. At least we started the game. I felt like the approach this morning, getting up, we were focused. We were excited in the locker room, but not hyper. And so I thought we were in good shape. I like the way the team played early. Obviously, there's plenty to get corrected, but we're excited about the win. We're excited about doing some very good things offensively and defensively. So there's some real good things to build on. Again, proud of the effort and the preparation. With the things we've got to get cleaned up, we'll go hard at work. The special team was very good a week ago, and a little bit sloppy here today. So there's a lot of things to get corrected. A lot of penalties, very sloppy with the ball at times in our punt returns, and the penalties are some negatives that we got to get cleaned up. But overall, very proud of these guys and the way they work, and it's a start.
Mark, I asked you this week how bad these guys needed to feel something good about themselves. Could you, looking in their faces during that game and after the game, could you tell how bad they needed?
Yeah, I could. I think they've worked awfully hard, and that's why all these losses are tough at times. Because the guys worked hard since we've been here. We're not perfect, but their approach has been good, and it was great to see some success for them.
Mark, did I understand your halftime radio interview right? You all changed your defense when you saw what they were doing in warm-ups?
Yes, yeah, that's correct. We, they've been running the gun read stuff that we were preparing for all week, and they went to the double slot option stuff, and they didn't do much team work in pregame warm-up, which was odd. But they did do some handoffs and some exchanges, and we saw their alignments on some things. And we came in here and went over the double slot option. Fortunately, Coach Elliott and myself prepared for that in the ACC championship game. So we had some basic rules that we applied very quickly. And, it's nothing revolutionary. It's just what we're keying, what we're doing, and some of our checks off of alignments. And so we did stay pretty basic. We worked on a lot of things this week, but with the offense that they were running, we had to stay pretty basic and be very disciplined with what we were doing.
Mark, could you talk about the play of some of your young playmakers you've been wanting to get a chance at some of the things they did?
Yeah, I haven't seen many statistics. What about Ryan Timmons? I know I saw him, having some big plays, and Badette had the big touchdown, and Alex Montgomery was in there quite a bit in the game. Obviously, with DeMarco being out right from the beginning, that hurt us. He's got an ankle. We'll see how it is. I have no idea how bad it is, but he rolled an ankle. I think it was on the first kick return, and but it was nice to see the other guys step up.
What about JoJo Kemp? The way he
JoJo, yeah, absolutely. It was nice to see him get the ball and get in the flow, and we knew he was a playmaker, so it's good to see him getting involved.
Coach, you have three straight.
Do you recall a game in the past where you made an adjustment based on pregame warmups?
Not to that extent. I mean, obviously, you're always looking at things and getting a tip for some things that they're stressing and different alignments and things like that, but nothing that drastic.
Coach, 3 straight penalties, and then you're facing 2nd and 25 on your own 12, and then you throw an 88-yard touchdown pass. How happy does that make you see your offense step up and make a play when they're facing adversity?
Very, very happy. You can imagine we wanted to be aggressive this week, and in our approach and the way we coached them, and we wanted to take some shots, and that was good to see that. When you're in predictable situations backed up like that, your old line has to do a great job. Everybody's got to execute, and to hit it for a touchdown was great to see.
Coach, I know it's not many, but how's it feel to get your first win here in UK?
It really does feel good. It feels great. To be honest with you, we're so involved in the game and doing everything you have to do to win and prepare and making sure you're taking care of everything. And same thing with after the game and talking to the team and all that. And then Avery gave me the game ball and it kind of hit me a little bit. And it is special. And believe me, just like I told them, we're always going to value wins, no matter who they are or what they are or anything else. It's hard to get them. And we appreciate winning today, and we're going to go back to work tomorrow and prepare for the next week.
Mark, how would you describe your defense today?
We were better. We were better. Again, I felt like you saw some guys going backwards. You saw some guys being physical, and that was good to see. We had to play things pretty straight because of the reasons why I just told you. But overall, I was happy with the execution. And I was happy with their effort.
Mark, Sanders and Smith, neither one played. I don't think the second half was any particular reason for that, or just to see other guys? Or?
Yeah, just to see other guys, and and you know, maybe get a few guys tweaked up here and there, but, you know, nothing major. We should be fine.
Mark, first few series, it was Max and Jalen and Max back and forth. Is that what you have in mind when you talk about playing?
We don't know exactly how that's going to go. We have some plays for Jalen that we thought we could hit, and we hit one early, and that was good to see. And we'll, you know, just like I've said over and over, we'll do what we have to do to prepare our team to win. And if that's with one guy, you know, then we'll stay with it. I think we have, you know, two good guys that are still filling their way out through things. You know, we have to be good around them, and we do need some continuity and some leadership, and we'll just see how that goes. Play it game to game.
Were you better around them than receiver?
We were better around them. I thought we protected better for the most part, and we were better at receiver than them.
I said, is Josh Shaw moving in a weight seat, like a weight return type of thing?
Yeah, he's Deshaun's done a great job. He works extremely hard. He's a big physical back, but you know, there's some other guys that are getting the snaps ahead of him.
Toth at center was a kind of surprise.
Yeah, we felt that this week we made that move after, well, let's say Wednesday or Thursday, and just went with them, and we know we're going to go through some growing pains with him, but we want to give the young guy a chance and let him get out there and see what he can do.
What did you like about him?
Well, just his athleticism. He's big, and he's done a nice job.
Was that the result of injuries or just him stepping up?
Part of it.
Anything else?
Pascal had 7 tackles like early in the second half. How did you feel about the way he played before he hurt his ankle?
I feel good. I feel good about Trayvon. I thought he was. He gives us something in there. He's a big physical guy. He's got some twitch about him, and he has good instincts. So I thought he did some nice things.
How long do you get to celebrate before this monster ahead of you?
I have a lot of family in town. I'll celebrate tonight and enjoy it, and then we'll get back to work tomorrow. Got a big game next week, so we'll be excited to play.
Can you talk about Zadarius and the impact he had on the defensive end, and also maybe his overexuberance?
Yeah, I was going to put that on there if you didn't ask that. But very, very excited about the way he's playing. And, you know, there's a fine line there. We need to have some fun, and we need to enjoy it, and we need to play confidently. And we expect him to make big plays like that. So the overexuberance has to go. We have to be more disciplined as a football team. But he's a very good player, and he's going to get better and better as we go.
Coach, you talk about UVL next week, big rivalry here at Lexington.
Big rivalry. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great challenge, and they're a very good team, a well-coached team, and we're going to be excited. So, like I said, we're going to enjoy tonight, and we'll be back at work hard tomorrow and ready to prepare.
You talked about Avery giving you that game ball. Did you have any other sort of special moments that you'll tuck away somewhere on the field or coming off, or anybody you're going to see or talk to?
No, I enjoyed it, but I didn't think too much about it before or after or anything until you know, I was wrapping up with the team and giving them the send-off for the night. And again, I want them to enjoy it. They deserve it. They've worked hard, so it's fun to see.
Coach, you take a 31-7 lead into halftime, and then the second half seemed kind of slow. There was a lot of stoppage of play.
Even the second quarter.
Yes, exactly. At what point do you feel that, you know, you just need to get this thing moving and get the clock moving and just get this game to the finish line?
Well, we wanted to work our operation until late into the fourth quarter just because we need the work. You know, and that's why we're just doing some ball control passes and letting Jalen get out there and throw it a little bit and just operate our offense. We didn't want to take any shots at that point in time. We just wanted to run some plays. So until late in the fourth quarter, and then it was time to just try to run the clock and get out there. We need to use as many opportunities as we can to work young guys and to just get better.
Neil sort of bristled at the whole, are you an air raid, are you a run question this week. Could you kind of sense that, you know, anything from him specific that would tell you that it was going to be the third most offense ever for a game?
Oh, I think you all know what the offense is and what he's done at Tech and other places in Detroit. And, you know, that is our offense. But you got to understand, with Neil and with all of our offense coaches, they always run the ball. You know, and sure, we could have done things better in the opener. We know that. And like I said, anybody that doesn't say as a coach that you wouldn't change something here or there is probably lying here and there. You know, so we know we can do better, and we know that, and we're going to always work to put them in a position to be successful. If it's a bunch of runs one game, then that's what we're going to do. If it's taking shots in the pass game, then that's what we'll do. So I said that after last week. I have great confidence in those guys, and they have some toughness and physicality about them. That's what I like about it.
The 675 total yards of offense is third most in school history. I mean, How does that feel, knowing that you could kind of recover from
You know
that
what,
first game?
I didn't know that until you just told me that, but that's great. You know, that's a good sign, and because there's been some very good offenses around here, and you know, we expect to play well on both sides of the ball, and we expect to improve every week, and that's what we're trying to do.
Mark, were you happy overall with your approach this week, and then of the players, and then the way they executed it today?
I really was. I felt like, and I believe I mentioned this a time or two after practice, but I felt like we were more poised this week. Still focused, but more poised. A big point that I tried to make to them all week was, you know, I think, and that's my job. I admitted it after the game one. You got to get them ready. But I felt like we wanted to go from play one to the end of the game real quick. You know, and you know, it's one play at a time, and that gets so boring to hear. But we need to improve, and we need to focus, and we need to do the best we can on every play. And that's what we talked about, just trying to be perfect at one play. And then stack another one, and then get another one. You know, so that's what we're trying to do.
I'm sorry, Mark, you've kind of already answered this. I'm trying to pull a little more out of you. It's pretty cool. Your first win, your kids give you the game ball.
Yeah.
You take a deep breath for us for a second and explain what that means. That's pretty cool. If your dad was here and he saw you get the game ball, you'd have tears in your eyes. It's a cool thing.
Yeah, you are. You're trying to give me a chance.
I am.
I tell you, I could have been there. I tell you, because it did. It meant an awful lot to me. And it really hit me at that moment. That wasn't like a wow moment for me, because again, you're so busy and in the moment and trying to take care of things and operate the things the right way. But I hadn't been there before as a head coach, and to win it, and when he did that, it did mean an awful lot to me. I'm very proud of it, and look forward to many more.
What did you see from Max after the first quarter, and kind of how do you feel about that decision?
Yeah, I mean, Max is going to be fine. He's good, you know, he's a good quarterback, and so is Jalen. We said that all along, you know, and it's been a tough decision. You all can see that. They both do good things, and they're both not perfect, you know. So I thought he rushed things a couple times. He started rushing some throws and trying to get the ball out too quick, and made a few poor throws here and there. But they're going to learn. They're both doing some very good things, and there's both plenty to learn from.
Last question. Are you concerned about the punt returns at all?
Yes, very. When DeMarco went down, you know, he's been so solid back there. And once DeMarco went down, I make light of it, but that's very aggravating. And it's not very good, and we need to get that cleared up. And there are some simple rules that are applied that most people in college football know, that you don't back up behind the 10 and catch it, and secure the football on a punt safe. And we made some plays that we're not very proud of, and that's what we got to constantly do, is just we need to be a smart team. You know, I thought we played harder tonight, and we need to continue to be more disciplined and play smart.
One more.
You pretty much answered it, because I was going to ask, I know all of the positives that you've had coming off this loss, or the win, I wondered what you would still be upset with.
Well, it's always good when you could win a game and be, you know, not happy about a lot of situations. So there's plenty to improve. But again, we're always going to appreciate wins, and that's the bottom line. We're in a bottom line business. We need to win, and so that was good. But there's plenty to learn from. And I thought we were very sloppy, and I don't like the penalties, and I don't like the ball security, and again on the special teams, I thought we were out of whack. I thought we weren't always on the same page with some substitutions that we need to get better at, and things like that. So there's plenty to learn from, but that's the great thing is you can learn after.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.